Despite all the advancements in technology, the natural instincts of animals in deciphering calamities remain formidable. This made them well prepared when such calamities ransack a certain place. A proof of this was in January 2018, when a massive blizzard hit the east coast of the United States. No one expected the consequences to be that bad, leaving hundreds of canceled flights, car accidents, multi-million-dollar losses, and 300,000 people left without power. It was indeed a massive calamity, and only alligators knew of the impending disaster. They froze themselves so the cold wouldn't kill them. That's an insane protective ability. Welcome to Top Feed. Click the subscribe button now and let's find out why we should never pull a frozen crocodile out of ice. It's an unlikely sight to see alligator snouts sticking out of the frozen lake. What would you do if you experienced one? As for George Howard, the manager of Swamp Park, he panicked and rushed to the alligators before he could lose more animals. All he could think about was to pull each alligator out before it was too late. Thanks to the spur-of-the-moment realization, he checked Google first and found out that it was not a good decision after all. By nature, alligators are cold-blooded, meaning the temperature of the environment is very important for them. With their pretty accurate instincts, alligators recognize imminent disasters and look out for shelter before the weather would turn out bad. Alligators go ashore and bury themselves in the ground or clay and wait for the weather to improve. Alligators would then stick their noses out of the water and meet the frost face to face. You might probably be wondering why, but alligators have unique sensors that no other vertebrate has. To find them, all you have to do is look closely at their skin, and you'll see these dots that sense everything with unbelievable accuracy. Yep, weather forecasters are bound to false alarms, but the gator sensors are never wrong. Alright, but why stick their nose out of the water? Nah, it doesn't work like thermometers, rather they do it for air since they don't have the gills to breathe underwater. Yes, they can hold their breath for 24 hours, but unforeseen events always encourage alligators to think in advance. Now, let's go back to the question of why leaving the nose of alligators stuck out is better than pulling them out. To understand it better, imagine moving a person who suffered a serious back injury before the ambulance arrives. Nope, please don't ever think of doing that because you'll only make things worse. The same goes for alligators if you pull them out. If you pull the gator out and end up outside the water at the wrong moments, the combination of frost, wet skin, and cold-bloodedness will instantly kill it. Of course, you can't just wrap alligators with a towel once you pull them out just like what we do after a cold dive. Now, let me explain why the water that surrounds them is better than being lifted to the surface. The air above the surface heats up faster and moves upward. New masses of cold air take their place. The ground cools down, but unlike the land, water heats up slowly because of its low thermal conductivity and its high heat capacity. This is the reason why water temperature changes very slowly. As soon as the air temperature drops below 54 degrees Fahrenheit, the alligators enter a dormant state. They temporarily shut down their bodies while sticking their noses out of the water and wait for things to change for the better. This sounds like a pretty convenient life skill, right? If only we were alligators, things would be this easy. But if you're wondering why alligators do not sense pain on their noses due to the cold, it's because alligator noses is just cartilage wrapped in thick skin, meaning it won't freeze in a short period of time. It's a different case for us though, because only a few people can endure coldness. And it takes a lot of training and mind conditioning to do that. As many of you who probably don't know, alligators go into dormancy in order to stay alive. It's their unique ability that allowed them to survive even after the period of dinosaurs. It's known as brumation. It is a type of hibernation process specific for reptiles alone. During this process, alligators slow their metabolism and heart rate. They don't need food and all they need to do is breathe. For as long as they have enough energy stored up in their bellies, then they can stay dormant for as long as they can. What makes it more interesting though is that alligators can feel warm in cold water. That's 39 degrees Fahrenheit and a duration of 24 hours in the water. That's insane. By the way, some scientists even believe that cold temperatures can prolong life. A study conducted on rotifers, tiny worm-like creatures, concluded that low temperatures increase their lifespan by 6 to 100%. Does this mean you can actually control your aging period? Awesome! It's like sleeping for a bit and waking up still young as you did before. Certain genes rule this, so go check whether you also have a DNA similar to that of Elsa. Kidding aside, these genes are said to appear during one of the ice ages, which enabled the ancestors of alligators to survive. So yeah, alligators got what it takes to survive the next evolutionary period. With their tough skin that works like armor and sensors that pick up environmental stressors, they will surely survive almost anything that will come their way. And that's all for today's episode. Did you learn something new today? Let us know about it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this, please click the like and share button. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss amazing content from Top Feed. See you!